So, hello guys, sa video na ito, gusto ko lang i-share yung personal reflection ko about Republic Act number 4200 and kung paano ito ikokonekta sa recent interview with Wang Fugui. So, para umpisahan yung video na ito is gusto kong magbigay ng brief description about Republic Act number 4200. So, bale, yung Republic Act na ito is naipasa noong 1965. Ang main goal nito is to protect our right to privacy. Ayan, sinasabi dito na bawal mag-record ng private communication, whether sa phone man yan, radio, or even face-to-face, nang walang consent ng both parties na involved dun sa communication. So, kung may nag-record ng usapan mo nang hindi mo alam, that's a criminal offense. And may penalty tayo para dyan, which is imprisonment and fines. Pero may mga exemptions. Like kapag may court order, especially for crimes like rebellion, treason, or kidnapping, pwede tayong mag-wiretap legally. Pero kailangan dumaan sa tamang due process and hindi siya pwedeng basta-basta. So ngayon naman, let's talk about sa interview kay Wang Fugi. So si Wang Fugi is a former cellmate of Xi Zhejiang and he gave a public testimony to Senator Risa Hontiveros. He claimed that Alice Go is actually Go Waping, a Chinese national involved in spying. He also mentioned a handler named Ma Dongli and said that Go was seeking campaign funds through Jesse Jiang. So, yung naging interview kay Wang Fugi was recorded and uploaded by Rappler. It was part of Senate investigation and si Wang Fugi is nagbigay ng full consent niya para mai-record yung video na yon and maipakita sa Senate hearing. So, legally speaking, walang naging violation sa RA 4200 since yung naging interview sa kanya is a public and voluntary interview. Pero let's think about some instances or some what if. What if may ibang recordings na ginawa before yung interview kay Wang Fugi? Like secret recordings, surveillance, or wiretaps. If those things were done without consent or court order, then yung RA 4200 applies. Let's say someone recorded Wang Fugui's private conversation while he was in jail without his knowledge. That's illegal. Or kung may nagmo-monitor sa mga phone calls ni Alice Go without proper authorization, that's also a violation. RA 4200, also known as Anti-Wiretapping Law, reminds us that even in cases involving national security, we must follow the law. Hindi pwedeng i-sacrifice na lang basta-basta yung privacy rights just because may suspicion. So, this case shows tension between privacy and national security. So, on one hand, gusto natin protektahan yung bansa from spying, foreign interference, and cyber threats. Pero on the other hand, we must respect individual rights. In today's digital world, ang dami ng paraan para ma-violate yung privacy. Merong mga spyware, social media monitoring, and even AI surveillance. And meron din tayong deepfake recordings. And isipin nyo na lang yung RA 4200 is naipasa siya noong 1965. So, nung mga panahon na yun, wala pa mong internet and di pa masyadong mga smartphones or yung like cloud storage, ganun kahit yun. So, siguro kailangan na rin nating i-update yung mga laws regarding sa gantong usapin. So, para naman makasabay yung mga gantong batas sa mabilis na pagbabago ng teknolohiya natin. Para sa akin, yung Republic Act number 4200 is napaka-relevant talaga sa panahon natin ngayon. Since pinoprotektahan nito yung basic rights natin and it reminds us that privacy is not optional. It's a right. Yung naging interview kay Wang Fugi is pinapakita lang sa atin na kung paanong yung public testimony can spark national conversations. Pero dapat lagi tayong legal and ethical sa pagkuha ng mga impormasyon. Bilang estudyante ng computer engineering, naisip ko rin na kung paano yung technology is maaaring makaprotekta sa atin and at the same time pwede ring makabiolate sa privacy natin. Kaya dapat maging responsable tayo sa paggamit ng mga technologies natin. Whether ano ka man, journalist ka man or kahit tulad natin mga citizens lang, dapat alam natin yung boundaries. So yun lang para sa video na to. Salamat sa pakikinig.